Mobile World Congress is the major event of the year for the mobile telecommunications industry. Held in Barcelona, Spain, the city provides a beautiful backdrop for the event with its architecture, its art and a host of visitor attractions. This year the event attracted a record 93,000 visitors, up over 8,000 on the previous year. The number of companies exhibiting this year also rose. There were over 2,000, which filled the exhibition halls at the newer Fira Gran Via Exhibition Centre, as well as using the older Fira Montjuïc closer to the city centre. Virtually all the big companies were present, along with a huge number of smaller ones. Together they provide all the essential elements and building blocks for what is now a truly huge industry. There were vast numbers of announcements, and there was a huge amount to see. New phones were announced from all the major suppliers. Speed increases, curved glass and options like eye verification for gaining access to the phone were all being demonstrated. In addition to this, a large amount of new technology and advancements were being shown. The Internet of Things, new hardware and new software were all there to be seen. So where is the industry now? We asked some of the industry experts to give their views on the trends that they were seeing.
This year at Mobile World Congress is the 10th edition here in Barcelona, and certainly it's continued to grow. It's taken us way beyond the world of voice and text of about 10 years ago into a much more digital economy world that we see today. We're seeing devices of all shapes and sizes, we're seeing wearables, we're seeing interest in health and wellness, we're seeing much more interest in cameras and video.
Processing is key to virtually everything. What trends are being seen in this sector?
So I think we're seeing three main things at Mobile World Congress. One of them is the first 64-bit phones being launched in the marketplace, so we're seeing a proliferation of those. We're also seeing a lot of IoT technologies, and alongside that, it's something we call intelligent flexible cloud. We're starting to see those technologies emerge.
Test equipment is another key area. These companies have a unique view of what is happening because they need to develop their equipment before products can hit the market.
So today we're seeing a big take-up now in the M2M and Internet of Things part of our wireless connectivity, and a real transition from having concepts and ideas and business models into real solutions and testing some real-world practical examples now.
It's not all low power. Some power devices are needed for applications such as base stations and the like.
So the trend we are seeing here at Mobile World Congress 2015 is calling for smaller base station, still high power for the deployment of the 4G and 4.5G, and even 5G upcoming will have also some high power infrastructure as well. So it's about the size of those PAs into base station. Make it the smallest possible, the broadest band possible as well, and still having high efficiency, high electrical efficiency.
The network is another key area.
I've talked about next generation networking all of my career, and the trends that we're seeing now with connection, with on-demand services, with web scale going crazy, this is the first time I really feel comfortable that we're finally at a next generation network.
Security is a growing concern, and users as well as developers need to be aware of this.
So here at Mobile World Congress it's great, but from a security and privacy perspective, obviously I come in here kind of being seen as somewhat the unpopular guy. We've seen a lot of new technologies, from connected toothbrushes to every possible feature that we can see crammed into the smallest devices. But for me, the significant consideration is what security and privacy considerations do we have to ensure that our data is not being leaked all over the world.
So how does this all affect the radio access network?
Looking at the key trends in the industry that we're really seeing at this show, there are 5 key trends. We're looking at networks becoming ultra-dense, supporting 1,000 times more traffic over the course of this decade. Delivering that, we're seeing the networks move towards the cloud. We're actually having all of the key core network components in cloud-ready versions that we're launching at the show. We're looking at how location services, understanding location, can play into the performance of the network and the services that they can offer to users. And that leads into analytics, and there's a big push towards using data analytics to be able to improve the performance of the networks, use that data to enhance the end user experience. And finally, this is all leading towards the Internet of Things, how connected things moving creating the platform for 5G in 2020 and beyond, will actually enable enriching people's lives, using the technology to actually enhance the potential for people.
It was impossible to see everything in such a large conference and exhibition, so we will be able to see what happens in the coming year before the next Mobile World Congress. We'll see what happens within the industry.